Hey folks, this is Joseph at JohnTheHutDweller. I got a very nice message from somebody. Their name is Lieblingsfachful. I think I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I'm probably not. He was asking me about Mormonism. He said I was interested in your brief comment on Mormonism. You stated in your recent video, I really enjoyed your thoughts on the things. But Mormonism is just something that, and I'm sure you would agree with me, and I do agree with him when he says, is something people do not understand because it's so crazy. So I was wondering if you might give a few more videos explaining your thoughts and so forth, to unravel the heresy, if there was ever a better definition for it to Christianity. Not to vindicate beliefs or be apologetic, just a simple rational explanation. Okay, I think I can do that. Mormonism was founded by a man named Joseph Smith, who was a liar, habitual liar, gold digger, uh, crystal ball gazer. Uh, he was actually brought up on charges for that because some counties had prohibitions against soothsayers, sorcerers, people, fortune tellers, stuff like that. What he did was he claimed. Well, let me. I don't want to give you the whole. I don't want to give you the whole explanation of it, but let me just give you a few points on Mormonism are really just obscene. They believe in the pre-existent soul, um, but there was a finite beginning to that because it had to be born from these spirit gods, but they're gods of flesh and blood. When they say spirit, they just mean a glorified, resurrected body. Pretty much is what they mean. But in reverse, I don't know how that works. The normal explanation for babies crying in the Mormon Church is that the big body gets compressed down when it enters the infant at birth. The soul, so they cry because they're in pain. Mormonism is polytheistic. To be nice, you would say henotheistic, because they believe there are endless amounts of gods and goddesses who inhabit planets and have celestial sex, then create the planet and put these magical heavenly bodies into physical bodies, even though the heavenly bodies are physical. They believe God, the God, his name is actually Elohim. They believe that's his name, although it's just the generic word for God all over the Middle East. El. Um, that he was born to parents, and he was a man of flesh and bone who became God, died, or he became a good person, died, received his own planet, and now this is his plan. So there are endless gods and goddesses. They believe the universe is eternal, but gods are not. Gods are not from everlasting to everlasting, which totally contradicts the Bible. All of the Old Testament bashes polytheism. I mean, condemns it, everything. Mormons say, no, the pagans were actually the monotheists, and the polytheists were the Jews. Gotta be kidding me. They also believe all Native Americans were once white. In fact, everybody on Earth was once white, except for black people. All these other people, all the other nations, Native Americans, Chinese, had sin enter into their lives, so they became less. Well, they got cursed. Specifically, the Lamanites, who were supposedly the ancient Israelites that came over in about 600 BC. The Lamanites and Nephites, descending from Laman and Nephi, were all white and delightsome, blonde hair, blue eyes. But through sin and apostasy, they took on the traits of dark skin and look like modern day Native Americans or Mayan Mexicans. What about black people? Well, black people, You see, they believe in this pre-existent state. So I know it all sounds H.P. Lovecraft like, right? And Dianetics kind of is. Yeah, they believe there's a war in heaven. 1/3 of the people in heaven went with the devil. 1/3 sided with Jesus Christ because there's a whole big council. I know I'm skipping over a lot of stuff. But 1/3 who were indecisive got born with black skin and can never receive the priesthood. Now, in Mormonism, the priesthood means access to heaven. Black people were denied this up until 1978. My next video is going to be about how Mormonism and Islam are the same thing. A con man saying that an angel of light gave me a new gospel. That's how Islam started. That's how Mormonism started. Both embrace polygamy. Both believe that any book can be abrogated. Any holy book can be abrogated and just change things willy-nilly. God can change his mind. That's the tip of the iceberg. Next video, I'm really going to go and explain how the Mormons and the Muslims are identical. Peace. And Mormons did start off violent. They claimed to be persecuted just like the Muslims claim that they had persecution, but they were some of the most violent, ravenous killers. Just look up Mountain Meadows Massacre. That's for my next video.